Hello, my name is Jill Yesko. I am a certified professional organizer and a certified personal photo organizer, as well as a senior move manager. The name of my company is Discover Organizing, and we have been helping people with their photos since 2003. Our main target market demographic are baby boomers. And today I'm going to talk to you about marketing to this really wonderful target market. So, who are baby boomers? Well, as you can see by some of these words, they are very hardworking professionals, or they're in their re-career phase right now. They're very goal-oriented, focused on family, they're a little competitive, and have been very focused on work and production. Being productivity, focusing on productivity is very important to them. Um, and they're very independent. They don't like people to do things for them very much. They just want to be kind of shown how. One of the things I've seen is that they really want to be given a toolkit and to take it from there. So let's talk about their values. One, they hope for a long life. They want a long life. That's very important. You'll see the clients that I've worked with and the baby boomers that I know personally, they are talking about their life, and these people could be in their 70s, and they are talking about what they're going to do in their 90s. They're talking about the next few adventures that they're going to have. And they're not planning on quitting living anytime soon. Two, they work very hard at everything they do. I haven't seen one baby boomer be a slacker yet. They are not afraid of hard work. They can roll up their sleeves, they get right to it. And their work ethic is usually very good, and to the point where they're used as behavior models in a lot of organizations about being on time, completing projects on time, and just generally being very reliable employees and coworkers and very valuable team members. Number three is they like to be served. They want to be served, but they don't want people to do things for them. Um, they like really good service, and very good service at restaurants as well as with personal services is very important to them. So if they choose a company to work with, they want that company to provide excellent customer service. The fourth value that I've seen is that family is more important than anything else in the world. They finally have the time to enjoy the family that they've always wanted to enjoy. And being a photo manager, we're able to connect them in a really unique way to the past and also to the present through some really wonderful virtual tools, as well as some wonderful photo books and gifts. So connecting them to their families and their family memories, even if the family members have passed on, telling stories about those family members, that's a very valuable gift that we can give our clients. And even though this is number five, even though a lot of baby boomers can do many things themselves, they might not want to. So it's very important to make sure that they are treated with the assumption that they're capable, but that if they choose not to do things for themselves, that we're here with them every step of the way. And finally, and believe me, this isn't all of their values. They have many more values. This is just the top 6 that I've seen, is they want to leave a legacy behind. You know, baby boomers really truly treasure what they have achieved in their life, and they're proud of what they've achieved, and they want to share that with someone, whether it be starting a business that was amazing, being a wonderful homemaker, and raising 9 children. They've accomplished that. They have created a wonderful life for their family and themselves through maybe a profitable career. Maybe it was two careers that went on between two spouses. Maybe there was an achievement with real estate, or even a non-financial achievement, just an emotional achievement. Maybe somebody wrote a book. Maybe somebody was part of a nonprofit that helped thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people. Maybe someone was a connector in a neighborhood that was just thriving because of their involvement. There are many reasons that a person would want to leave a legacy behind and tell a story. So knowing what those 6 values are: longevity, excellent work ethic, wanting to be served and helped, treasuring family, independence that's selective and somewhat customized, and then finally wanting to leave a legacy behind. These are 6 values that can really give professional photo organizers an opportunity to not only connect with the baby boomer marketplace, but actually serve them in a way like no other. If they can understand, and if we as professionals can understand where the baby boomer is coming from and what's important to them, you can market much more efficiently and really create a partnership with them that is going to last. I'm just going to start with some of the places that you may want to target in terms of what their core values and focus points are. Most of the clients that I have that are in this age group truly want to be healthy. They want to be fit. They're usually members of a gym. They're members of some type of health club. If not, then they usually have a personal trainer, or they go to an online class. Right now, they are attending a lot more virtual classes, but they want to be healthy very much. I haven't seen one of my clients yet not participate in some type of activity. So, making sure that you could attract someone that is interested in healthy foods, maybe you could set up a booth at a farmer's market. You could be a part of a prize package. Your services could be a part of a prize package of even a virtual summit or market of something that's a local community-based marketplace. Eating healthy is very important usually when it comes to fitness and wellness. So farmers markets are a wonderful way to target this age group. Also, teaching a photo organizing class at a Whole Foods cafe or a Panera. This is me in a classroom, in a private classroom of a community. And we had just been part of a big collective about healthy eating, wellness, mental health. And my section that I taught was about photo organizing. So they like to eat organic foods. They have the money for organic foods. They like to drink good coffee. So these are things, besides them loving to learn, these are places that you could target as definitely a wonderful opportunity to advertise in. Right now, maybe teaching a virtual workshop is where you want to go. So using Zoom to create an opportunity to teach any type of class. I've taught about 4 or 5 classes already this year. This is 2020. I've taught many classes already virtually. It's very easy. I have a slideshow like I'm doing right now, and I present a lot of information about digital organizing, about printed photo organizing, about ways they can find duplicates inside their computers. I have demonstrations that are live inside my own computer, and I have a really good time interacting with them because it's a live class, and I allow questions and answers at certain points of the presentation. I really enjoy reading the questions in the chat and getting back to people and answering their questions. And it's a really neat tool to use, especially during this time in our nation's history to connect with people that may not feel a very strong connection to. So having a virtual workshop with people that are very comfortable with the technology right now, they're extremely aware of how to use FaceTime, if nothing else, or Zoom, um, and it never has to be perfect. So just make sure that you don't stress yourself out too much. As a professional photo organizer, you have a lot of information that you can be sharing, and take it from me, I've had a lot of technological glitches that occur, and you just roll with it and have fun with it, because everybody's learning right now how to use virtual technology to teach and to share. One of the things that I have learned by working with baby boomers is that they do not like to be underestimated in terms of their abilities. So I love when I see people in their 70s, even their 80s, doing things that are traditionally done by much younger people. And I personally am a surfer, so this picture resonated with me. I didn't start surfing until I was in my mid 40s. I'm now in my young 50s. I plan to surf until I cannot surf anymore. I love being out in the ocean. I love being able to move in a certain way that I never thought I'd be able to move, even as a young person. Um, Surfing helps me with balance, it helps me with physical stamina and agility. And I will do it as long as I can. And there are people that are older than me out on the waves, kind of blowing me away, frankly. And I respect them and I admire them. And surfing is just one small example of ways that people in their 70s, 80s, even late 60s, they are still doing many, many things that people way younger than them with their physical, similar um, physical abilities can do. And also mental abilities. Um, it's very easy to underestimate what they can do at different ages, what people can do at different ages. And I think so many stereotypes and molds are being broken on a daily basis. And a little bit later, I'm going to talk to you about ageism and how we have to be aware of that when we're marketing, to be careful not to insult someone. But right now, I just think the most important message is for you when you are marketing, in all of your marketing materials, in all of your presentations, just go with the assumption that the baby boomer is extremely capable and very excited to get something done. So the boomer has worked their whole lives typically in some way, whether it's managing a home, a farm, a business, working in a career, maybe working 2 or 3 part-time jobs. Some people, some boomers are still working right now, and they work hard and they take whatever task in front of them very seriously. So when you're explaining your services and you're going over your agreement with them, your photo agreement, whatever your scope of services forms are, and your work agreements with them, give them work to do as well as your own work. So don't shoulder the entire project yourself or think that you must. Even though, yes, I talked earlier about providing excellent customer service, the boomer needs to be involved in the project. So make sure that when you're explaining the services and all of the scope of everything you can do, tell them what they can do to help you do your job better. They will help you. They will get very involved. Like I said, roll up their sleeves and get to work helping you identify family members, organizing some pictures. They might run around and grab some photo archival boxes for you because they feel like that is something that will help contribute to the success of the project. They might help you make labels for your photo boxes. Whatever it is, make sure you engage them to the point where they want to be engaged. Otherwise, just offer to do everything for them and involve them minimally once you've identified important people that are in the pictures that you might be digitizing, coming up with family timelines. That's very important to do in the beginning. But just don't assume that they will not help you just because they may have the funds to pay for the services. They may not be clients that are kind of waving you away so that you can work without them. So just be aware of that. Here's some statistics I just think I should share with you. AARP has said that spending will increase by 58%. And this is online spending, as well as retail marketplace. So they have money, and they're willing to spend that money on services that they consider to be important. They will spend the most money across all the product categories, but are only targeted, get this, by only 5 to 10% of marketing ads. So boomers are really left out of a lot of service ads, as well as some product ads. And spending will increase by 58% over the next 20 years because the boomers are retiring and they're shopping. And 50% of the population right now are over 50 years old. That's pretty big. It's a pretty big number to know. The amount of money that they want to spend is very high. They're willing to spend this amount of money. I didn't actually put a dollar amount in there because the statistics change all the time, but my average is about 85% of their, spending money they want to spend on services that complement and benefit their lifestyles. And then look at the amount of marketing dollars that is spent on them. That is only like 5 to 10% of marketing dollars nationwide that is spent on the boomer. And the beat goes on. They stand to inherit $15 million in the next 20 years due to their parents passing away, because their parents are in their 90s and have built up, an inheritance. And boomers now control 70% of all U.S. disposable income. You guys, they are ripe for the spending. So they are a wonderful target market for you. So let's help these lovely people to shop. One of the ways that you can be creative about building loyalty, and believe me, baby boomers love the loyalty programs, you can offer points. They can accrue points on purchases with you. This is not hard to do from a back office standpoint. You can offer discounts and you can offer rewards. If they have a membership or a subscription to your photo organizing business, you can offer monthly payments that come out of their checking account or through ACH, with credit cards or debit cards. And just for a small subscription, they can join you in your Zoom room and learn virtual organizing. They can get sessions that are part of their subscription. They can have an hour a month as part of your subscription service. They can bank those hours and use them whenever they want. But their hours, just like the Massage Envy model, right? You pay a monthly subscription fee that entitles you to one massage a month or one facial. And if you don't use them in that month, you can accrue or bank them. So some people will have 10 or 12 massages built up that they can use. And that means that as you, for a professional photo organizer, you could give them, the opportunity to bank as many hours as they need and then schedule according to your availability with those hours. Otherwise, they can just work with you for an hour a month to maintain their photo collection, learn something new, or maybe use one of your services. Maybe you're going to digitize for them. Just say you get an hour free of organizing photos or digitizing photos, whatever the equivalent is financially. You could offer them that opportunity to build that loyalty and to build that loyalty through the rewards and discounts and points. They love home improvement. So if you guys have ever been to a home show, you've seen some of the big names there, some of the big garden places there. Um, we have a wonderful home and garden show in Pittsburgh every year, and you can just set up a booth. If there's right now, there's maybe some virtual home shows that are going on that people are being very creative about that you can become a sponsor to. I promise you, you'll probably be the only photo organizing and digitization company at that home improvement show. So you will stand out. So like look for opportunities where they gather and where they learn. Teach some classes at a 55 plus community. One of my friends lives in a beautiful 55 plus community, and they have a community center that is near the pool. And in the community center, there's like a bar, there's a pool table, there's a place to play games. And I know that right now, this is currently November 2020 that I'm sharing this with you. That is obviously not something that is happening right now, but in the future, you can totally go to these clubhouses. People are always looking for something new to learn. So just call 55 plus communities and start booking into 2021 or 2022. Get your name on the calendar to teach photo consolidation workshops. Photo consolidation workshops are a wonderful way for people to gather their media like videos, VHS tapes, reels, slides, old photos and photo boxes, photo albums, and gathering them all together. You can do this virtually, so people don't have to haul them into a work, like a clubhouse or a community center. Although I have seen people drag wagons and grocery carts full of photos into my workshops. But you can have them put everything on the dining room table and help them to sort virtually all of their stuff. You can have, with Zoom, you can have hundreds of people on a call, depending on your Zoom membership. But you could have everybody gather everything they have and start sorting with you, and get all the photos together in one place, get all the reels together in one place, all the VHS tapes or any type of videotapes together in one place. And then you can have them get all the slides into one place and just label those boxes, contain those items. And that's step one. And you can have a workshop on putting together a photo plan. What do you guys want to do with your photos? You can have digital photo classes where you're showing them on your computer how you organize and sort your digital photos inside your computer. Doesn't matter if they have a Mac or a PC, they can still learn digital photo classes. And then you can get it into Lightroom if you have advanced classes for those people that want to learn how to edit photos, just using their own computer software or Photoshop, Lightroom, whatever your talents are. You could be teaching them how to do those things. You can teach them traditional scrapbooking. There's still stuff that you can buy at Michael's to do digital or to do traditional scrapbooking. Just make sure that you're continuing to urge them to purchase photo safe supplies, like acid-free paper and whatnot, to complement their album and to go into their album. Some people like the tactile movement of gluing and pasting things on into pages like they did when they were young, and there's nothing wrong with that. If they end up wanting to digitize the pages that they made, that's very simple. You can take a photograph, and we use a photo rig scanner, scanning rig, that we take pictures of large format items, and we've taken old scrapbooks and digitized them and made them into very large coffee table books for clients to enjoy. So there's lots of options with traditional scrapbooking. And then finally, digital album making classes. These are kind of fun. You just pick, a provider like Shutterfly or Snapfish or Mixbook, or my God, there's so many of them, to have everyone screen share as you build a book. So just upload about 25 pictures into one of these software programs into an album. and then pick a theme, teach them how to design it. Some might want to do this along with you from home on a different computer. So maybe they learn from you on a laptop, but on their desktop computer, or on a tablet, they're learning how to do it themselves. So there's lots of options right now that are kind of fun that you can do digitally and virtually with people live. People like live experiences too. So giving them great service. I mentioned this before. They are called the me generation for sure, but they didn't get that name lightly. They do take great service very seriously. So make sure you provide them great, excellent service. So we actually use our own greeting cards. We have a greeting card line called Clearly Noted Cards, and we have um, 3 different type of photo service cards that we send them to remind them that we're here, that we can help them with their large collection. We have thank you cards. We have all sorts of neat thanks for using our services cards, thanks for the referral, those types of things. And we pull from our own collection and we send them cards very specific about them and what kind of services we did for them. So greeting cards are still very big. You can certainly go to any store and get a pack of blank note cards, and make sure that they know that you really enjoyed working with them. Make sure that you give them a phone call. And when you talk to them, ask how they're doing and paying attention to what's going on in their lives, so that you can follow up and ask questions about their daughter, maybe a surgery that their spouse had, just inquiring how they're doing. Helps them connect with you, especially right now during the pandemic. People aren't socializing as much, so making a quick phone call, and building in the time in your schedule to really talk to them and listen to them is really important. When you if you do a project for them, like a photo album, or you've put together an organizing project, whether it's just like putting photos into a photo box, make sure you thank them with a note. Make it personal, make your services very sincere, just like you are. A little note and a little phone call really does go a long way. So baby boomers love to travel. I know right now travel is limited, but they did travel. And when they did travel, they took a lot of pictures, probably with their cell phones, and it just sat in their cell phone. And maybe it's been uploaded to the cloud. I don't know, but make sure to target that. And when time comes to travel again, one of the cool concepts that we do is we're a travel album concierge. So it's sort of like we go with them on their trips. So what if they could come home to a draft photo album of their vacation that you made, and all they have to do is fill in the blanks? So they're taking the pictures. The pictures automatically upload to an account. You go into their account, choose the best ones that you think should go into an album based on, background, scenery, expressions on their faces, something cool and candid that you picked up in that picture. You design an album in a draft mode, add some fun anecdotal information, maybe some digital stickers, and then meet with the client. You can do this virtually, by the way, with a share screen, and get him more information and review the draft with them. And now you are the hero. We don't have to make a photo album when we get home because so-and-so photo organizer did it for us. Yay! It makes people feel very smart when they're away on vacation. This is a really innovative thing that I sincerely invite you to do. If people, you can create so many beautiful albums right now. There's so many great album makers out there, printing companies. So this is a really fun thing for people to do. The other thing about baby boomers is that they really love their family. I went over this in the beginning of the presentation. They value time that is spent with them so much, and they have so much to share with family members. This is a picture of my dad getting my son ready for his college graduation, helping him with his tie, and then actually at the graduation. And they just have so many skills, from tying a tie to knowledge about money and finance and the world and people and relationships. They have so much wisdom and they have so many stories to tell, so much advice to give, whether or not it is solicited advice or not, but it all is based in love. So you can, as a photo organizer, show them how to pull all of that together. Maybe you want to give an advice book, um, make an advice book for their grandchildren, a little wisdom book, a memoir, if you will, filled with photos and pictures of memorabilia, of their first car, of a photo of, um, something that they always had on their desk and why they had it on their desk. There are so many really wonderful connecting albums and activities and stories that you can tell in a photo book. So interviewing someone as a photo organizer and working with them on telling their story to their family is something that cannot be replaced. It is unlimited value to a family member that receives that. Here's examples. There's 3 examples of legacies that a photo organizer can create with someone who is a baby boomer. For someone that loves to cook, make sure you gather recipes from them, and scan them in and put some photos, mix in some photos and mix in some stories about holidays and events and things that those recipes were the star at. You can create a beautiful bound family cookbook with wonderful stories and photos in it. Family trips. This is actually a wall of a picture I took at somebody's house that I thought was really cool. The way they just went crazy with these photos all over the wall. I thought that was amazing. That is a stairwell going down. So if you can gather as much pictures as you can, scan them in about family trips and memories. Make sure you grab the brochures. You can always scan the brochures in, postcards and photos together. Creates a really rich experience with lots of triggers of good memories from that trip, from maybe the luau in Hawaii, the dinner menu that they saved. Scan that in. Take a picture of the grass skirt that came back that has to be donated now, and put that in the book. And make sure that you hear everything that you can possibly hear about that trip and write it down for them and with them. And then artifacts and treasures, antiques, all those favorite trinkets. Make sure that you take pictures of those favorite things and put them in the book. We do like a museum quality book, we call it, but it looks like something you'd buy at a gift store of a museum that has a white background, but it has like the art piece in there and then a little description of the artist. Well, we do that for artifacts. So we'll take pictures of everything from a rocking chair to a pretty vase that isn't coming with them to their new home as we downsize in our company when we're downsizing. But as a photo organizer, you can say, maybe we could take a look at some things around your home that mean something to you that you'd like to highlight and share stories about. There's usually at least 5 things that can go into that book, if nothing else. But those pictures of those items can serve as anchors to the rest of their life story. Just remember, their stuff is everywhere. They need help. They need you to help them. Their slides, reels, VHS, 8mm, all those loose photos in bags and boxes and old albums stacked up in the basement, getting musty and moldy. They're inside their computers. They're inside flash drives. They're inside disks. They're on those little tiny memory cards that used to go into the old digital cameras and some of the new digital cameras. They're scattered everywhere. They're in baggies. And then let's not forget about everything on their smartphones that just bogging down their memory on their devices, especially on their tablets too. So they are the generation with every type of memorabilia out there. So do you guys really have any questions about why they would need your help? Help them tell their story. Help them with their legacy. Your value is incredible. You can be at their side getting their stories and facts straight, building their family timeline, getting all their memorabilia integrated by taking photos of it and putting it in the book and talking with them about their memorabilia. I do have some parting advice for you. Beware of ageism. Just make sure you don't assume that someone is incapable because of their age. Also, how do you like to communicate? How do they like to communicate? Make sure that you're respecting the way that they like to communicate. So I have clients that are in this generation that specifically and only want to email me using their accounts, their Gmail or AOL accounts, fine with me. That's how they like to communicate. That is exactly what I will do. I have some clients that will only text in this generation. I have clients that say, call me, do not text or email me. And I get that information right away in our scope of services and photo planning meeting. It's very important to respect and use their form of communication. In all of our marketing tools, photo albums and correspondence, I use larger fonts. I personally have my reading glasses on my head or around my neck. They are somewhere at all times. It is very frustrating for me to try to read small print. So whenever I am marketing to this demographic, I make sure that all of my fonts and colors are bright and big and easy to see. So to help your cash flow in your business, as well as to inspire and encourage and motivate your clients, make sure that you are keeping them on track and accountable by not only scheduling one session, but schedule regular photo organizing sessions, even if it's once a month, even if it's once every 2 weeks for a couple of hours. It really helps get them into the habit of organizing their own photos and keeping them on track. And if you give them the tools to work independently, like a little manual that you create about how to work with their photos, specifically their photos on their computers, and you provide them with screenshots, you make them their own little operations manual so they can do it themselves. Honestly, that is an incredible way to work with a baby boomer. Also, by acknowledging their independence, but being available if they need you is very key to working with this population. So that's it. I want to say thank you so much for coming today. I think that we've covered a lot of ground with marketing for your perfect demographic for your photo organizing business. Of course, you can always call me at any time at 412-344-3450. Again, my name is Jill Yesko. You're welcome to visit my website, www.discoverorganizing.com. You can email me 24/7, Jill@discoverorganizing.com.